Liz, a pleasure, but am I allowed to call you Elizabeth, or we're still on Liz territory right here?
Well, I go by Liz, but you can call me Elizabeth. But
I
I
know,
go.
Screen Actors Guild kind of stuff. You never know what the name the person wants to be called, but you are Liz to everybody that you like and that likes you.
Yeah,
Well,
you can
Liz,
call me Liz. Yeah, but it is my professional name. Is Elizabeth.
union stuff. Well, either way, thank you for taking the time. And is it a good day aside from talking about yourself a lot and answering the same questions over and over and over again?
Oh yeah, and I've just started answering questions, so I haven't had the over and over again yet. So
Okay, well, I will give you all the cliches possible.
excellent.
We'll start off with season three, still critically acclaimed, still commercially successful. When you first landed this role,
Mhm.
how far ahead were you looking? Did you think it was going to be a long-term show?
I didn't know it was going to be a long-term show. I found out quite soon that they were hoping that that there'd be a certain number of years, but I wasn't even clear on that. I think I've come as a Canadian actor, I have particularly come to a point where I'm like, of course, my hopes are things I love will last, but I know they don't necessarily. So I'm pretty practical about it, even though
Wow.
I know, please stay.
Well, it's fantastic to see how much of a priority the show is, because if you were to describe the show to, one of those TV critics things 15 years ago, this isn't a show that, in my opinion, somebody would have gone, this is the hit. This is the long-term one. So it's the rare case where the really great writing and the journeyman kind of cast perseveres. But who had you known before landing the role within the cast, if anybody?
Personally
Yeah,
or professionally?
personally.
Personally, Cliff Saunders, Dale, but he wasn't cast initially. No, I don't think I knew any. Oh no, I did. I lie. Simon, who plays Ethan, we'd been on a series together for
Oh
a year,
wow.
for a season on a totally different kind of series. So Simon was the only person I knew.
I would have thought the answer was going to be Scott, because both of you have similar
No,
careers where you're doing this horror stuff now, the horror and the drama, but then you have this friendly voiceover, kid-friendly career going at the same time.
we had never met, but my husband Cliff knows Scott, and actually they used to be on Total Drama Island. They were on something together. They did a voice things together. But no, like he was in theater in Toronto. I never crossed paths with him in theater. No, and we get along like a house on fire. We adore each other, but we'd never met.
Got it. So do you come from the theater background as well? I
Yeah.
should have done my IMDb research, but I didn't.
The theater's not really on my IMDb. I think it's in the back of the IMDb Pro. But yeah, no, theater was where I started and still occasionally do, not as much, but yeah. No, the first
Ba-
half of my career was very much theater.
Back in the olden days, you couldn't really do theater and film and TV. Nowadays, you can do everything. You could do
Yeah.
Hallmark movies and horror, etc. But what was your jumping off point from being a theater person to a TV person?
I think I eased and I didn't even know I was easing. I just started getting more TV and and kind of eased out of film. Also because we had children, it was easier for me to do film and TV because theater often meant you went out of town for a really long amount of time. Um, and Cliff, my husband, is was doing a lot of theater too. Um, so I sort of eased into it, and then there was a show, Mary Kills People, that was sort of for me, not just because of what it was, but because of the timing and other things going on that I went, oh, this is working for me. I like this. So
Got
that
it.
was a big switch for me. That was the time period.
So I'm hearing accidental organic success.
I don't know, accidental. It was organic. I don't think accidental, no, but organic.
Well, it's not one of those kinds of successes that happen where you booked a gig because you're leaving your headshot in the windshield wipers of casting directors.
No, no, I would never do that. Ever, ever.
Yeah. So, you know, right now at this point in time, you're very synonymous with the Donna character, but I can tell there's very little Donna in the human being that I'm speaking with right now. So, is it difficult for you to get into the Donna character?
No, not at all. There's a side there's a part of me that is very Donna. But Donna is an expanded version of her. Um it's yeah, but no, it's not that it's not hard to do it, but I do feel I have to honor that it meets a certain uh Donna-ness every episode.
Yes. There you go. And my last question before I let you go, and Scott had a great answer for this. I said, "What's the last concert that you went to?" And he's talked about seeing Fishbone. What's the last concert that you saw?
The
Endor Cliff.
the last concert, that was hard because I had a bunch lined up when COVID hit. I think the last concert I went to was LP.
Oh, she's been a guest on my show
Has
like
she really?
3 times.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
don't
She's
call her Laura. Don't
pardon?
call her a government name.
Oh no, I wouldn't dare call her Laura. No, my last concert was, I'm pretty sure it was LP. And then stupid COVID came along. And I literally had like 3 concerts all booked and ready to go and done.
Well, hopefully 2025 brings you a lot of concerts. But in the meantime,
Yeah.
keep up all the greatness and looking forward to what's to come. You have a lot of acting gigs besides from, and it's fantastic to see how steadily working you've been all these years, the past decade or so.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I feel really fortunate.
Paltrocast.